Is Uniqlo a fast fashion company? Do their products withstand the test of time? What makes them better than other fast fashion brands? For about a year before COVID, I worked at Uniqlo, what most people would call a fast fashion company. While I can see how they would fall into this fast fashion category alongside brands like Zara, H&M, Forever 21, I don't actually see them that way. As a matter of fact, I see them more so as a uniform company. For some context, my current job is working in product development for the uniform industry, which I have been doing for the past 2 years, and so I have a bit of understanding of what goes into this. It's interesting to see that Uniqlo follows some of the same methods of development when introducing new products into their line that we do in the uniform industry. Let's get into it. Now, being that my current role is in product development in the uniform industry, I have a bit of an understanding of how this differs from retail garments and retail development. See, in the uniform industry, we're selling customers into programs that are lasting 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. So we have to be able to develop garments that last that same amount of time. We are also building garments for every single industry that you can think of, from airlines to hotels to fast food to oil and gas to transportation to, you think about it, we've developed garments for it. And those industries differ a lot in the job functions and what these garments need to be built to withstand. Now, what does this mean? A ton of testing on trims, testing on fabrics, testing on full garments, putting them on bodies and having customers wear test them. Test. We need to know in every single aspect that this garment that we are developing is going to withstand what our customers need it to withstand. This is where we begin to see some of the similarities between the uniform industry where I work and Uniqlo. But before we dive into that, if you're enjoying this video, if you enjoy the content on this channel, if you enjoy fashion content and things like that, please drop a like on this video down below and consider subscribing to the channel. It'll be very helpful, and I look forward to growing this relationship, whatever it is, with you in the future. Now, in retail, as I said before, you can sort of sell it and forget about it in terms of the clothing that you sell to your customers, unless you care about that relationship, which is why we see a lot of fast fashion brands selling clothing that after 1 or 2 wears and 1 or 2 washes, they begin to fall apart and deteriorate and not look as good as when you first got them. But that's not Uniqlo's approach. Take, for example, their extra fine merino sweater. Utilizing merino wool, a material that isn't normally known to be able to be washed, Uniqlo claims that their sweater is different. Now, we could just take their word for it. We could simply take their claims at face value. But what if we don't want to? What if we want further proof? They can provide that. Uniqlo has worked with the certified lab Cactus Test Center, who has been in business since 1948 when it was first established by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry in Japan to wash test their merino sweater up to 15 times under certain wash conditions and show you that it can last and will live through at least 15 washes, if not more. This is a similar practice that we do in the uniform industry. We take a garment, we send it to a test center, it gets washed, and we prove to you that it can last for X amount of washes if you wash it under these conditions. Let's look at another product. We can't forget about their stretch salvage denim. Now, I have made another video about this product before, but let's touch on it again. This is based off of a partnership with Kaihara, a Japanese denim manufacturer that has been around since the 1890s. And this iteration of their stretch salvage denim has been around since 2014, going through multiple different iterations and changes to figure out what works best. And let's be honest, these jeans look beautiful. I have a pair of my own. You've seen that video. If you haven't, go check it out. Great pair of jeans, and only for $50 US. Crazy. We see this in the uniform industry. You take a product that has been around for 20 years and you take new technology and you infuse it in that product to modernize it a little bit, but it's essentially the same product, just infused with new technology and better for our customers. Another important part of understanding what works and what doesn't about a product is actually putting them on bodies and having people wear them and give you their feedback. I've actually been a part of a couple of these at the company that I work for new products that we are developing. This is essentially what's called a wear test in our industry. Pretty straightforward. Interestingly enough, another aspect of this industry that Uniqlo has some ties drawn to. They mentioned for the development of their pile-line fleece, wearing multiple versions of the garment in their day-to-day lives to help them understand which pile length works best. And through that, you also understand if the cuff is great, if you need to change it, if the fit in certain areas needs to be changed. This is one of the best ways to figure out if a product is actually going to withstand and be comfortable to wear every day. And although there are many more products that we could look at that require this type of development from Uniqlo, We can sum things up with this quote on their website. Uniqlo fleece is still evolving after 25 years, so there's a good chance that our next season's lineup may yet again be improved for the better. Just like how the uniform industry aims to develop products that can take years of wear and tear out in the field of any job function that you're doing, Uniqlo does the same. The only difference is where we're developing product for whatever job role you're in, Uniqlo is developing product for your life. Lifewear, timeless and fundamental, because that's what good product is really about. You know a product is good when, after decades, it is still around and it closely resembles what it popped up as years or decades before. But don't take my word for it. What do you think? What products come to mind? Drop it down below. Let's have a conversation about it. But for now, that's all I have for y'all. See y'all on the next one. Peace.